One day at the New York Zoo, the animals were playing around as usual. They were playing catch with a ball together, having a lot of fun. Their game came to a halt, however, when something caught their attention. Kate had her TV on. Some kind of commercial was playing. The four went over to check it out to see what it was all about. Melvin was tall enough to see over the bamboo fence, but Alex and Marty had to climb on Gloria's shoulders so they could see. "I wonder what this is all about," Melvin wondered. "I don't know," said Alex, "but let's listen in." The commercial on TV was advertising a special event known as Wingfest, a festival held at Buffalo, New York, where they serve their world-famous buffalo wings and have some live bands playing there as well. "Wow!" exclaimed Alex. "That looks like a lot of fun! I could taste those buffalo wings right now!" Gloria's stomach growled. "My stomach is thinking the same thing, Alex," she said. "You guys can say what you want about those wings," said Marty. "I just want to check out those bands." "That festival looks like it's got a lot of pretty flowers there," said Melvin. "Really? All you care about is flowers?" Marty asked, amazed. "There are way more awesome things out of that flower festival than flowers, Melvin," said Alex. The animals all got back on the ground. "I say we go to that festival," said Gloria. "It sounds like a lot of fun, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime deal." "One problem, though," said Marty. "Buffalo is miles away from New York City. In order to get there, we're going to need a strong means of transportation." "Marty does have a point," said Melvin. "The fastest way to get there would be by train," said Gloria. Just then, Alex got an idea. "Hey," he said, "the train at Grand Central Station goes to Buffalo. Maybe we can hitch a ride there." "That's an awesome idea, Alex," said Gloria. "How are we going to get on the train, though?" asked Marty. "We'll figure it out when we get there," said Alex. "Let's go." The quartet walked over to Millie and Pickles. Pickles was sitting on Millie's shoulders trying to reach something that was out of range. Millie saw the gang and said, "I suppose you're wanting to use our tunnels?" "Yep," said Alex. I know you need a fee. It looks like you guys need help with something," Gloria said. "And I got just the thing," said Marty. He pulled out a long bamboo stick, which Melvin handed up to the monkeys. "That might work," said Millie. "Try it, Pickles." Pickles took the stick and managed to successfully get their toy down. "It worked," said Millie. "Thank you, guys. The tunnels are all yours." Millie opened up the secret passage, and down the water tunnels the quartet went. After a fun slide, they popped out from a manhole right outside Grand Central Station. "Well, here we are," said Alex. "Now we need a way to get in there," said Melvin. "You're right," said Marty. "Not only do we need disguises, but we also need to buy a ticket." At that moment, Gloria found a dollar bill lying on the ground. "Well, what do you know?" she said. "This seems to be our lucky day." "Well, that solves the ticket problem," said Alex. "Yeah, but we still need disguises," said Marty. "Also, that's just enough money to buy a ticket for one of us." "Gosh, Marty," said Alex, "you sure are being a stick in the mud today." "Actually, he's right," said Gloria. "What are the odds of us finding 3 more of these on the street? And I don't think we'll pass as a human if we all just wore hats," said Melvin. "We'll still look like animals." Alex sat and thought hard about how he can solve this problem. At that moment, he saw something nearby. It was a donation stand where people were donating clothes. He said, "maybe I can find something over there that can solve our problems." Alex went over to the clothing boxes and dug through them. He pulled out a fedora hat, a pair of glasses, a fake mustache, a pair of sneakers, and a long tan trench coat. "Aha!" he said. "This is perfect!" He ran back to his friends. "Come on, guys! What I have here is our ticket to Buffalo!" The 4 animals went back into a dark corner and put on the pieces of their disguise that Alex pulled from the box. Alex put on the hat, glasses, and mustache. Gloria put on the sneakers. The quartet all climbed onto each other's shoulders with Alex on top, Marty in the middle, Melvin in the lower middle, and Gloria on the bottom. They wobbled a little and wrapped the trench coat around them, buttoning it up. Now they looked very much like a human. "All right," said Alex. "It's time to put this plan into action. Let's go, Gloria." Gloria started walking towards Grand Central Station. The animals tried to stay as steady as possible as Gloria continued to walk. Alex guided her to the ticket counter. Alex cleared his throat and said to the employee in a deep British accented voice, "Good afternoon, my good sir. My name is Alistair Mark McGlory, and I would like to buy 1 ticket to Buffalo, please." "Ah, going to Wingfest, I see," said the clerk. "Why, of course," said Alex. "That'll be $20, said the clerk. Marty stuck his hoof out and placed the money on the counter. The clerk printed out the ticket and handed it to Alex. "Here you go," he said. "The train will be departing in about 15 minutes. Have a nice trip." "Thank you," said Alex. He then whispered to Gloria, "Okay, Gloria, let's head to the train." Gloria started walking over to the boarding station. As she walked, she peeked out of the coat. "I gotta hand it to you, Alex," she said. "This is the best disguise we've ever worn." "I second that," said Marty. "You sure are a clever cub, Alex." "Best disguise ever," whispered Melman. "I told you this plan would work," said Alex. Melman was starting to wonder if Gloria was okay with being on the bottom. Gloria didn't mind, though, since kindness was her specialty. Not to mention, she was the heaviest and the strongest, so it made sense for her to be on the bottom. The disguised animals made it onto the train. When the train departed, they found a place to sit. It was a long train trip, but they managed to pass the time by having some conversations with each other. Eventually, the train arrived at Buffalo. The animals awkwardly got off the train. "Now we just need to find out where the festival is," said Alex. "I hope it's not too far to walk," said Gloria. "I can only carry you guys for so long." Thankfully, the festival was being held right around the corner. Alex found a sign indicating where it was. "That's where we gotta go," said Alex. "To the left, Gloria." Gloria started walking in the direction Alex directed her. The festival was indeed right there. Gloria carried the boys onto the grounds. "Wow," Alex said, gazing in awe. "Will you look at this place?" Marty, Melman, and Gloria peeked out of the coat to look around. "Man, this place is awesome," said Marty. "It looks even better than it did in the commercial," said Gloria. "It's so beautiful," said Melman. "But where are all the flowers?" There were tons of stands that were offering samples of various different types of hot wings. They all had different flavors and different levels of heat. Alex, of course, had to sample them all. "Wow, that's quite a taste," said Alex. "Man, you gotta try some of these." Marty tried some too. He was a bit overwhelmed by the heat. "That probably wasn't a good idea," he said. Gloria's stomach growled. "Hey, Alex," she said. "You mind passing some down to me?" "Sure, Gloria," Alex answered, dropping a wing down to Gloria, which she caught. "My stomach can really use some food," she said. "Carrying all three of you guys around all day sure does work up an appetite." After some mingling, they came to a stage. A band was about to start playing. "Hey, the band's about to start," said Marty. "This I gotta hear." The animals decided to stay and watch the band perform. It was a rock band that was playing some rocking good tunes that Marty was enjoying a lot. Hearing the music, Gloria couldn't resist moving her hips to the beat. The others decided to join in and do a full-body dance together. It was quite a convincing looking dance for the other people, especially when Gloria was shaking her booty. After the song had ended, Melman peeked out and finally saw a bush of flowers. He lunged his head out and took a big whiff, but one flower flew right up into his nose. He took the flower off his nose and hid back into the coat, but the pollen of the flower started to irritate his allergies. He felt a sneeze coming. Alex, Marty, and Gloria heard all the ruckus coming from Melvin and starting to pack. They knew if he sneezed, their cover would be blown for sure. Gloria held on to Melvin tightly. Marty tried to block Melvin's sneeze, and Alex figured the best thing he could do was lip-sync to Melvin's sneeze. Heh, 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 achoo! Melvin's sneeze was so massive that it inflated the cone into a massive balloon and bursted it into pieces. The animals were revealed. The people around them were shocked and began to panic. Security called animal control. "Run for it!" The animals disassembled and ran amok around the festival, but eventually they got caught by animal control. Meanwhile, back at the zoo, Kate had her TV turned on. A news report was on TV about the incident and the animals caused at Wingfest. The reporter stated that the animals were caught and were being shipped to the New York City Zoo. Kate thought those animals looked like her animals, and was surprised to notice that all 4 of them were missing. That's when she came to and confirmed that it was them. It wasn't long until Animal Control came to the zoo and returned the animals to Kate. "How did you guys get all the way to Buffalo?" Kate asked, amazed. "Well, I guess it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you guys are safe at home now." Kate put everyone back in their pen. It was getting late, so she decided to sing her lullaby to them and put them to sleep. Before they went to sleep, the gang had one last chat with each other. "That was a lot of fun," said Alex. "Yeah, despite that minor setback," said Marty. "Sorry, that was my bad," said Melman. "We should totally do this again," said Gloria. A disguise like that could come in handy for a lot of things. Maybe we will, said Alex. But in the meantime, let's get some shut-eye. And so they did. The end.